For this tutorial, I'm going to talk about an optional feature of Google Drive, which is where you install it to your desktop PC and you have your files physically on your hard drive and not just in the cloud. First, I'm just going to go to the drive and click here where it says Drive, or on your computer it could say Documents as well, either or. And then I'm just going to open up one of my folders here. Now let's talk about the cloud. What the cloud is, it means that all these files you see here, for example, completed slides from graphics team, they're not stored on my hard drive. They're actually stored on Google's servers, which could be in another country for all I know. Now the benefit of that is that I can use these files from any computer as long as I have internet access and a web browser. Now the downside of that is if there's internet shortage, then I don't have access to these files. So the solution is to install Google Drive, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. Now to download Google Drive, you just click down here where it says Download Google Drive. And now there's an option here. If you want, you can click this checkbox, and what this will do is it will give data to Google to make their service a bit better. As a note, the data it sends won't include your name, for example, and they won't be able to tell who you are. So it's an option if you want to help their service. For this tutorial, I'm not going to click it. And then if you want, you can read the Google Terms of Services by clicking on these links. For now, I'm just going to click Accept and Install. All right, now that Google Drive's installed, there's still a few steps left to configure it to your system. I'm just going to click Close. For now, I'm just going to click Next. So for this, basically all I really need to do is just start sync, and then what we'll have is we'll have a Google Drive that we can then drag files into, and then they'll automatically be synced into Google's cloud as well. And now to see our Google Drive folder, I'm just going to make this screen smaller. And there it is behind there. So this gives you an example. Currently, the blue lines mean that it's syncing. So if I were to open this, it shows that you have some of the files, and the check marks mean that these files are now both on the cloud, meaning Google servers, and on your hard drive. So you can access them from both places. And so with the functionality here, you can basically just drag or drop any file into here. There's some things to note. In this case, if it says .g slides, that means it's a Google version only, meaning it won't really work with Microsoft products. It would work with Google. So currently with your Google Drive installed, what this means is anytime you want to send a file to Google, you can just simply drag a file into this folder here. In this case, I can actually show you, it would be this one here, Google Drive. So you may find it in your username, Google Drive, and that's probably where it'll be on your computer as well. And in my case, I created some extra folders. So we have one for SnapPilot. So anytime you want to drag a file in, it'll go to the cloud, and you can be sure that it'll be safe and secure and available anywhere. And so now you have Google Drive installed, you have the ability just to drag any file you want into this folder, and it'll automatically be uploaded to your Google Drive on Google's cloud. Now, if you want offline access, there is a bit of a trick, and I'm just going to show you. Here's what Google has to say about it. But basically, if you want offline access, you have to use Google Chrome. It doesn't support other browsers. And part of the reason is what it does is you install a web app into Chrome, and that gives Chrome the functionality to basically be a viewer and an editor for some of those files. So for example, if we look here, this is a .g slide file. That's unreadable by, for example, Microsoft Office. And so in this case, you would need to have that Google Chrome app installed. So this is how you do it. I'm just going to click here so you can see. The instructions are here. I'm going to leave that with you though. And I just want to go back for a second. And you could pause this if you want to look at it in more detail. It's important to note that not all files can be viewed offline, and not all files can be edited offline. So that just gives you an idea of some of the functionality. However, it is good to know it's extra. I mean, I personally use Google Drive as it is, and I don't even need the offline access because it's just so nice being able to go on any computer anywhere and have access to those files. But if you do want to have some offline versions, you can either A, download them and then resync them later, or B, you can use Google Chrome, and then this chart gives you an idea of what the functionality you have available for you.